What is going on, everybody? It is me again. It's HorrorFan34, and welcome to another video. And welcome to day 5 of the Christmas Movie Day Challenge. It's been a lot of fun doing these so far. Now we're still venturing into the horror category of Christmas horror, because now we jumped into just the original Black Christmas, for the first horror review, I guess you would say, the horror film I did for Christmas. Now we're getting into another Christmas horror film. It's actually my favorite Christmas horror film. And this and the sequel will actually be the next two reviews I'll be doing for the Christmas challenge. But if you can tell by the title of the video already, it's going to be on a review of a horror film that I just find very fun, very entertaining, very gory. And it's just a really fun, just entertaining slasher. And it's my favorite, not only my favorite Christmas horror film of all time, it's definitely one of my personal favorite slashers. And if you can tell by the title, it's going to be on Silent Night, Deadly Night. I really like the cover. This is the Scream Factory Blu-ray, and I really like the new poster art they have. You have the character of Billy with the Santa outfit on, the dead bodies in the background. You got Billy with the axe. But of course, everybody knows the original poster, which is this. But this is a highly entertaining slasher with tons of gore. Directed by Charles E. Cellular Jr. I don't know what this guy has directed since. I think he might have... I think he directed something else too, but I cannot remember for sure what he directed. I don't know for sure, but I know he's done something else too, but I cannot remember what it is. But I mean, who doesn't know Silent Night, Deadly Night if you haven't seen this? I mean, if you're a big horror fan, you know the story about, you know, Billy who witnessed his parents get killed by a guy dressed in a Santa outfit on Christmas Eve. And then it's many years later, he gets traumatized by the whole thing as a kid, and then many years later, he's working at this toy store, and then they let him volunteer to be Santa, dress up as Santa for the kids. But of course, when he puts the suit on, he kind of gets like those flashbacks of what happened to his parents, and he makes him go crazy, and then he starts killing people one by one in the Santa outfit. I mean, everybody knows this film. I mean, one of the main things I really like is when I get the actor's name, Robert Brian Wilson as Billy the Killer. Really like Robert Brian Wilson. I thought he did a good job. And on top of that too, the special effects in this are so well done. The gore effects, all practical. Lots of really fun gore effects. You have Linnea Quigley from Return of the Living Dead, and tons of other stuff that she was in. She's in this as well. She has a really fun death scene. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of really good gore effects in the film. My favorite one of the whole film, my favorite like death scene in the entire movie, is the guy on the sled going down the hill, and Billy's there waiting for him with the axe, and he just swings the axe like a baseball bat and chops the guy's head off, and the sled's still going. That's a really fun death. Of course, you get someone getting impaled on a pair of deer antlers. That's a really fun one. And like I said, there's just a lot of really fun gore sequences in this. Now, in a way, this is kind of more of the gorier version of Christmas Evil, which I'm also going to be talking about when I review that. But Christmas Evil and this film kind of shares certain similarities, where it's about a guy dressed in a Santa outfit who's a killer. But Christmas Evil kind of deals more of a character study, kind of like a vein of like a Taxi Driver, where they kind of build up more. They kind of build up the character played by Brandon Maggart in Christmas Evil as Harry. They kind of build up his characters. It's kind of like a character piece, like a character study. And it's not really a big body count. It's kind of like more of a slow burn, psychological kind of like film. While this one kind of deals more with the more fun, entertaining gore, just all out gore, all kinds of nudity, things like that. So this is like the more gorier version, I guess you would say, of Christmas Evil. But I really like both films for different reasons. Especially this one. I mean, this has always been my favorite Christmas horror film of all time. I absolutely really enjoy. Like I said, I really do enjoy this film, and I really like. It's also not only just like one of the best Christmas horror films out there, but it's also like one of the best slashers. Um, and when I think about like top slasher films, I always think of this as one of like my top 10 favorites. I mean, if I had to do like a top 10 slasher, it's kind of hard for me to do. This would definitely be in my top 20 if I had to do a 20 list, because I just find this so creative. You know, a guy in a Santa outfit killing people and using an axe as the weapon, and you get more other stuff too. You know you get all the axe killings. Like I said, the deer antler getting impaled on the deer antlers kind of reminded me of like Get Out when Chris stabbed the father with the deer antlers. Kind of reminded me. I mean, when I saw Get Out, it kind of reminded me of the deer antler impalement in this film. Not exactly the same, but you kind of get the idea. But yeah, and on top of that too, I really like the musical score. It's pretty decently directed by Charles E. Sutherland Jr. And it's always cool to see Linnea Quigley, really good scream queen. Really has been in tons of horror films, especially like the main things I always remember her from are this film, Return of the Living Dead. They're like the main two things I always think of when I think of Linnea Quigley. But she's been in plenty of other stuff as well. But it's kind of hard for me to tell like what my favorite role with her is. Probably either this or Return of the Living Dead, but I might probably say Return of the Living Dead is my favorite role of Linnea Quigley, but this is behind it. And like I said too, like I just really like and it's a pretty and on top of that too, this is kind of, I was talking about Black Christmas, where Black Christmas was more of a slow burn. This is the opposite of that. This is just fast. I mean, this film is very, very short. I mean, without the end credits, it's probably an hour and 16 minutes, give or take. So it's pretty fast-paced movie. It keeps it going, and the killings don't stop. It's kill shot after kill shot. You got some good gore. And like I said, I really like Robert Brian Wilson as Billy. I thought he did a good job. And overall, I mean, it's really hard to talk about a slasher film that everybody knows about. So if you have not seen Silent Night, Deadly Night, I would recommend you give this a look. It's definitely my favorite Christmas horror film. But that's pretty much it for my review for Silent Night, Deadly Night. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.